As it gets closer and closer, what is the sort of overriding emotion? Is it now just excitement, just want to fast forward 48 hours if possible?
Yeah, it's been a long wait since the last game. So now it's just excitement. The feeling around the place. We can feel it from the outside as well, and we're just raring to go.
Take it you're aware of the fact that it's been 25 years since this club were last in the second tier of English football. Just how much pride would it give you as a squad to be the first squad to achieve that in a quarter of a century? Yeah,
I think it's massive. The lads know that. The lads know what it will mean to not just us as individuals, but to everyone surrounding Oxford and associated with the club. I think it's somewhere that the club deserves to be, and hopefully we can be the squad that gets them there.
And obviously for the manager, particularly special as well, being an Oxford boy born and bred. Just give us an idea of what you've seen from him this week or in recent weeks in terms of his pride of representing his home city, not just his home club. Yeah, definitely. I think it's going to be massive for the gaffer, but I think he's settled in very well, and leading into this week especially, I think it's just been head down and focus on getting the work done that needs to be done and getting ready for the big game on Saturday. Thank you.
Is this the biggest game of your career?
Yes. I've played in a final before, but unfortunately that was without fans. So compared to what the atmosphere will be like on Saturday, this will be the biggest game of my career. Yeah.
So both sides have sold 30,000 plus tickets, so it's going to be a sizable audience. That lends itself to the sense of occasion, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be brilliant. Both sets of fans have shown in numbers, and I think us as players know what the atmosphere will be like, and the fans will get behind us, as much as they can, and I think that will play a massive part in what happens on Saturday.
Elliott, it was a massive turning point in the season for the result of Wembley, and of course we know we played on Saturday. But how big a turning point was it? What was the effect of that result?
I think it was a lot bigger than what people think. Inside, from a player's point of view, we look back at that and we analysed our performance, and we knew that things had to change there and then to us stand any chance of getting into the position we are now. And we did that, and credit to the players and credit to the staff that made them changes. We go into this game knowing what they did to us and knowing that we want to put things right and make sure we get a result.
Because adding to the fact it was simply a bad night, is the fact it was on national TV, which is again where you're going to be on Saturday. Yeah,
look, whether it was on TV or not, it was still a bad night for us and a very good night for them. So. Look, we know what they're capable of. They've shown that. That's why they're in the position that they are, and we've hopefully shown them what we're capable of as well. And it's why we're here, playing against them in a playoff final. So it's now down to us to make sure that we do things right and correct, and make sure we go into the game ready to put in a performance.
And since you've come talking about the 2020 match now, here we are in this game. Surely this is a sign Oxford is a club on the app. There's a new ground, new home ground in prospect. It seems to be travelling that way.
Yeah, well, since I've come in and that 2020 season was my first season, we've always been pushing for the championship bar last season, but that was a one-off. But I think this club deserves to be in the championship. From not just a play in front, but you see the changes going around the city, around the community, and obviously with the new stadium, hopefully taking shape. I think this club's destined for the championship, and we need to make sure that we get there.
As captain, how special is it to be leading the team out at Wembley?
It's a feeling that I probably won't feel again. It's a once in a lifetime thing that comes around, and I've got to make sure that I go out there and do my best for the lads, and hopefully we all stick together and we can come away with something and a feeling that's going to be very special.
As a player for any pro in any club in the league, managerial changes are part and parcel of life. But it is always a bit awkward when that change comes unexpectedly, as it did this season. This November, I think, the previous manager decided he had a better prospect somewhere else. This doesn't always work, does it? But with Des, it seems to have, after a sort of stuttering start, really taken off.
Yeah, it was. Look, in my career, I've never had a manager leave because we've been doing well, which is, you know, it's a weird feeling. It was a really weird feeling when it happened. But you know, for the change was hard and nothing to do with the gaffer. It was just such a weird time. We were in such a good place, and then that happens, and it just shocks everything that you know goes on in the club. So you know, it took time for us all to settle into the new change, and I think, you know, over the last 2-3 months we've shown, you know, what the gaffer's brought in and how he's implemented his style onto us as players, and you know, we're in the position we are because not just the gaffer but all of us have bought into what he wants, and we've got into the position we have.
Thanks, Elliott.
Can I just follow up on that? Have there been any messages from Liam to the players this week in terms of go and enjoy it, best of luck?
No, not to me. Whether he's messaged other players, I'm not sure. But look, we left on good terms. He left on good terms. You know, we all have respect for people who make decisions like that. It's nothing that we can do. It's just about us, you know, getting our heads down then and moving on. And you know, we've shown that we can do that, and we've done it.
A word for the fans. You've mentioned what it's like to play in front of no fans. It's going to be quite different this weekend. We've just come from the club shop where they're all emptying the shelves of all the flags and scarves and everything. What would you say to them? How much of a difference can they make?
I hope they do understand how much of a difference they do make, because, you know, we saw it in the playoffs. You know, walking out, leading the team out in that first leg was just unbelievable. The noise. And you know, it really makes a difference to the players. You know, if things aren't going our way and the fans get behind us, it just gives us that extra boost. And you know, they've been amazing all season. You know, through the ups and downs, it's been a roller coaster of a season. But you know, I want them to enjoy the day, and hopefully we can do that on the pitch and make it a good special day for them.
Lovely, thank you.
Just on the fans, obviously I've been speaking to them all week, and they all say that this is the most connected they've felt with an Oxford team in years. Why do you think that is? Do you think that's the manager being Oxford born and bred, like you said, or do you think that's, you know, partly down to you as a team and how you've been performing?
I think it's a mixture of everything, really. I think, you know, the community as a whole is very well connected to not just us as players, but to the whole footballing experience. And yeah, I'd like to think that players have a big part to play in that, you know, with how we perform and how we play and what we show on the pitch that makes them, you know, want to come back every week and support us. But yeah, I think it's a whole load of things that have all come together to make this, you know, the situation that it is, where everyone is as connected as they are.